Wanted to do a video. I'm seeing a little bit of a problem. Met a great guy last night, a nice guy, nothing bad to say about him. However, we were chatting and we were just talking about the new changes coming in the industry, the fact that there is classes going on. There's a lot of different instructors that are doing classes on this, and this particular gentleman works for a company that sells products, and I think it's great that they're offering a class. But the problem after chatting with him that I started to find was I asked him some simple questions. One of them being about the mitigation and a lot of the equipment. In my opinion, a pretty big deal. It's something that if you're going to teach a class, something you should address. I don't know everything, so I'm not saying he needs to know everything. If you're going to teach a class on this, I think that that's something you should definitely bring up. It's something you should definitely talk about. So I asked him a simple question about the mitigation and the equipment, and he kind of looked like a deer in headlights. Again, not a knock on this guy, nice guy. You know, I appreciated the time that I had with him, but ultimately his overall theme of his class, he was telling me, is just to point out to professionals or technicians that these refrigerants are nothing to be scared of. And I agree with that. I think that we need to be serious with the safety and the handling of these new refrigerants, A2L, mildly flammable refrigerants, but we don't need to be scared of these refrigerants. Ultimately, I 100% agree with him on that. But to me, ultimately, if he's not covering certain things in his class that I think are a big deal, if technicians are taking his class expecting to get all the information, and then this equipment starts launching, in their mind, they think, well, I took the class, I'm in the know, I know what's going on. And then they start laying hands on this equipment and they start seeing things that are there for the mitigation of this in this new equipment. So basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the new equipment coming out is going to have sensors in there that we've never had before. I'm not saying we've never had any type of sensors, but this particular type of sensor that will now be in all the A2L compatible equipment, these sensors are going to sense a refrigerant leak and go into a mitigation mode. If they sense a leak in the A2L refrigerants, they will go into mitigation. It'll essentially, now again, I haven't laid hands on any of the unitary equipment, so I don't know everything either, but as I understand it, it will go into some sort of hard lockout. The indoor fan motor will run and the outdoor unit will lock out, right? So that's the gist of what we're going to see, okay? These sensors, in some cases, maybe even new boards, new hardware, and the system will go into a mitigation mode. We've seen furnaces with different types of mitigation. If a certain limit switch opens, the inducer fan will turn on and go into a mitigation mode. If I point that out to guys that are taking my class, I'll usually point out, hey guys, this is nothing new. This is nothing to lose sleep about. We're used to seeing these sorts of things. And usually they'll be like, okay, got it. Okay, we're gonna see new sensors. There's gonna be mitigation in this equipment. And okay, got it. Now I know. When I see this equipment for the first time, as it comes out and launches, I got it. I'm on board now, right? And so, again, not a knock on this other instructor. If he didn't know, he didn't know. But when I asked him a simple question like that, and he didn't even know what I was talking about, it became a concern for me. And so I guess my point in doing this video, I'm about to go through the Virginia Beach tunnel. I'm being safe, you know, hands-free. I've got my phone mounted, so sorry for all the bouncing around. You need to understand that just because you took a class does not mean you have all the information yet. I would encourage you, I've had guys take my class that have said, oh yeah, this is the third one I've sat in. This is the second one I've taken. I took one down the street, now I'm taking yours. I want to get all the information. I would encourage you, if you're a pro, to take multiple classes and make sure you know what's up, especially if they're free. Take a moment. I know you're getting busy. It's summertime. Get all the information. Know what's going on, because this guy, this instructor, he didn't know what I was talking about, and he's teaching the same class I am. And I think they're even including a cute little certificate. Again, not a knock on him. He was a nice guy. I appreciated his time. We talked about a number of things. Again, if you're a pro or if you're a homeowner, talk to your pro. Make sure that they've taken a few different classes and that they know what's going on, because I would want them to know. I would want my technician to have been through a class or two and know what's going on. That's the other thing I'm seeing. A lot of pros are just like, I'll cross that bridge when I get here, when all the equipment comes out. And I was talking to a guy just the other day and brought up the left-hand threads, and he's like, left-hand threads, what do you mean? And I'm like, you need to take my class. You'll know what's going on if you take some classes.